Alright, welcome back. We have Mark Hornung on Dark Jeskai and Brandon Frey on Green White Megamorph.
Gimme.
Don't actually know how this matchup goes.
All right, we have some spicy cards over here in Hornung's list. He has one copy of Dragonlord Silumgar in his list. Also, one copy of Painful Truce, one Jeskai Charm, bringing that one back. Two copies of Tassiger. He's got two Negates main deck. Let's see, he's got two Soulfire Grandmasters. Only two Dig Through Times.
Yeah, the whole deck's a bunch of 2-ofs, I think.
Yeah, and then he's got his four ofs, Manus Rider, Crackling Doom, Jace. And then some stuff
cards.
built on top of it, yeah.
Yep. And then Brandon he's just a green-white. It's Megamorph, but it's also a lot of aggressive cards, and then cards that generate value like Wingmate Rock and Gideon. His removal is 1 Valor Stance, 1 Stasis Snare, 2 Silk Wraps, and 4 Dromoka's Commands.
Silk Wrap, very good against the Manus Rider, Jace, Soulfire Grandmaster deck. Looks like these players, are these players 3-0? Or 2-1?
I believe they're
Hornung,
3-0.
Hornung lost, or drew 1.
Yeah, maybe. They're the 3rd seat or something like that. I did try and fight to get Mark Kenny the feature match, but they wouldn't have it.
Dang it.
We got a lot of people here. We got Chewy.
Gallo. Yeah, Gallo. It's all weird because they're playing the month ago modern event in between rounds so that we don't have dead air. So that's why Austin cuts in and out. Also, someone named Nick. I don't know. I know more than one Nick that comes here, so I don't know which Nick you are. But
It's,
hey,
I know which Nick it is.
it's not Batdorf. I know that.
Nope. He's downstairs.
Oh man,
He is talking about Wild Defiance, though.
Jared didn't want to put Kenny on Gallo, so
Yep.
it's also he was like the bottom of the winning bracket type thing.
No,
So.
he's at the bottom of all the brackets.
No, he's doing well.
What?
Yeah.
He's like 1-2.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, then he's at the top of the 1-2 bracket because he was in like 15.
The top of the 1-2 bracket. The best of the squires.
As opposed to the 1-2 bracket who went drop like Hoffman.
Yep. Bunts. Yeah.
It looks
Hoffman
like
running a similar list to Hornung here.
yeah. Except Hornung's is all foil cards, so that's what gives him that.
Is it all foil, though?
I think it's mostly foil, maybe. I thought I saw foil cards. I might be lying.
I was discussing with him. He was trying to find room to put a Sarkhan dragon speaker.
The mono red Sarkin.
The red Sarkhan. And it looks like he doesn't have a copy here, and it's 75.
Yeah, I think he wanted to put it main deck, and if he wasn't going to put it main deck, then he wasn't going to play it.
Yeah. What do we get? Okay, we still can't see the screen, so bear with us.
Oh, man. So do we... Ooh, Dark Jeskai. Give me a second.
Ooh. Do we have that Nephilim?
That would be...
I don't think we have that Nephilim. Oh, there we go. We got your Tiller Nephilim.
Yeah, so we have Mark Hornung on Your Tiller Nephilim.
Which is cost white, blue, black, red. Is whenever your Tiller Nephilim attacks, return target creature card from your graveyard to play tapped and attacking. That seems insane. That would be very good in this deck. You just attack with your Jason's Prodigy, and it's all good.
Yeah.
You just put your Jason to play tapped and attacking.
I'd block it.
I wouldn't.
The Jace?
Yeah, no. Let it through. What are you going to block it with? Your Vigilant Manus Rider?
Yeah, unfortunately, the chance to win the Siege Rhino giveaway is 0% this round, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
No,
0% checks
What
out.
is Brandon on?
Green, white, Megamorph.
Green, white, Megamorph.
He's not even splashing blue for the sideboard. Or, yes, he is. There's blue in the sideboard for Disdainful Stroke.
Which Disdainful Stroke?
Disdainful.
Oh, this one. Lantern Scout. What does that even do? Does that give your allies lifelink?
Let us find out.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a 3-mana. Hold on. 3-mana, 3/2 human cleric ally that when he or an ally enters the battlefield under your control, your creatures gain lifelink. Boom!
Yeah.
Human Scout. Oh, not a cleric. Dang
Wrecked.
it! I should have known by the name.
Oh man, someone bumped the camera.
Dang it. Probably.
Probably Hornung. Dang it, Hornung.
But there we got Hornung on.
Dude, how many viewers do we have? 9 viewers who are logged in. We could have more.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I pop out chat, it doesn't tell me. Oh man, no swearing on the stream. I can never remember. Adam. Dang it, Adam, no swearing.
Jeez, Maury. Wait, aren't you
He didn't
here?
even swear well. What does that even mean? Son of a...
Star. Well, it's what Twitch does. It just
does 3 stars?
Shortens the
Oh man.
Watch here, just type a bunch of profanity. Don't actually do that, chat.
Yeah, it also puts stars if you put your password for Twitch in.
Yeah.
Don't put your password
Don't
for Twitch.
Don't do that. No. To maintain professionality, whatever.
It's still funny though. But don't put your password.
Way to go, Adam. Why aren't you just like commentating downstairs or like playing in the event? He was playing. Last night he was playing against Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Russell was playing the Jeskai Ascendancy Sphinx's tutelage deck,
Which he is playing today.
which he is still playing today. We have yet to get a feature match because he's in
The 1-2 bracket.
The 1-2 bracket. And he was playing against Adam Mowry, who is playing the red-black Eldrazi deck.
Yeah.
So when he would mill a card that cost red and a green but was devoid, he said Rush cheated. No, he probably didn't cheat. When he would mill cards that like had the same color in them for converted mana cost, because of devoid, none of them actually shared their cost.
Oh,
so we
yeah.
had to do it the hard way with Sphinx's tutelage.
Yeah.
Gallo, I believe. Wait, why is Kitty Cat?
That's his password.
145.
He's being funny.
Okay.
Now I'm going to get hacked.
Yep.
Sure. I'll hack your Twitch account.
I mean, it's probably his password for everything else.
Yeah.
Transfer all of his funds to me.
Sure.
Oh wait, he's broke too. All right, so we're moving on to shuffling.
Yeah, the shuffle came.
Welcome to standard, the format of shuffling. I think Zendikar was also pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because we had fetches and we had more Squadron Hawks. And we had Ponder. So you could shuffle off Ponder.
So what's your opinion on 7 piles versus 6 piles? Who do you think wins?
Who do I think wins? I think it's 6 piles, but I'm, you know, if it's 6 versus 7, 7 did, however, eat 9. But I'm a fan of 8 piles.
See, I like 6 because then
6
you get to know.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1,
And you
2,
also get to know if you have all 60 in your deck. That way,
comes
because like
out
Chapin
evenly?
talks about he doesn't do that to randomize. He does it to make sure that his deck's legal.
Okay.
Which
Well,
gets awkward when you do 7 because you have to actually keep track, whereas you can just confirm by going,
Yeah,
this pile
because
is
it's just
10.
8 7s and then a 4. So it's like all of that 8 times and then your bottom row full.
Yeah.
So, is the shuffling effects that makes it...
Nope. All right. So let me name the 2 cards that make standard expensive: Jace Bryn's Prodigy and Gideon Ally of Zendikar.
Yep.
Yeah, there's actually I forget the actual colors, but there's some blue-white X deck that's actually worth like $1,200 in standard. It's stupid.
Yeah, it was like Bring to Light was when Bring to Lights were $15 a piece.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only standard that's comparable price-wise to this was the Mythic Conscription standard, where they played like all mythics in the deck with like Baneslayer Angel and Jace and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Ethan, you're like a special kind of sadist because no one shuffles for 6 minutes.
Fetches, like, I guess fetches are expensive, but
Yeah, well, you have,
that was exactly, I should have picked
You
up all
should've
my
gotten
fetches
the
when they were like
cons.
5s, which
But,
I didn't, so I'm getting punished. Luckily, the sweet older fetches are actually just the same price as cons for the most part.
yeah.
Like, deltas are 30s versus 25s for new ones.
Nick Gatsby, which Nick are you?
Is
Just out of
Gatsby
curiosity.
actually his last name?
No, I don't think. I think so.
Let's Facebook this.
No on shuffle for 6 months. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You need to randomize the deck, buddy. Yeah, man. When was? You know what we didn't have shuffling in?
What?
We didn't have shuffling in Innistrad block. Okay, never mind. I do not know
I don't know. I actually know
if
this.
that's even him. Yeah.
Nick.
Oh, it's Nick. Nickelodeon. Now that's stuck in my head. Anyway, so
That's probably copyrighted.
it's probably. Okay, so it looked like Brandon mulliganed and then kept his 6.
Ooh, did he remember to scry?
He just did. He did just scry. Ooh, the scry and then fetch. Is,
Favorites.
More prevalent in modern where you're just like, I'll tap this card, play, crack, fetch. It happens more than you want it to.
Yeah. Yeah, someone asked me how it went when I was playing Legacy, where people thought it would be more powerful because you're playing with more powerful cards. I was like, I was always on the play when I mulliganed, and I always fetched it away. The best is when you tank, bottom, fetch.
Yeah. And we have a Warden of not the second, but the first tree. Which is, I don't know, probably a cedar or something. Ash.
Ooh, Mark is playing Warden?
Yeah.
What's Mark playing? He's playing...
Wait. Are these flipped
Did
up?
they get backwards?
Yeah, they're backwards.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
because
believe
Mark played-
Brandon's on the left.
Yep, so yeah.
I
Brandon-
don't recognize either of their hands because I don't keep track of Magic
That's
play.
definitely Hornung. He's got a Flutter Strain and red sleeves.
Okay.
And he's got a foil Pershing. So, yeah, that is Mark Hornung.
Yeah.
We will fix that shortly.
Yep.
They're both at 19, and Mark will. Looks like he's got a turn 2 play. Now, odds are it's probably a Jace.
Yeah, I doubt it's a... Does he play Hanger Back? It could be a Soulfire Grandmaster.
But that's basically it. I mean, he could also have a removal spell, but I really doubt it.
Yeah, it's probably just Jace. And let's do a removal check for what deals with Jace in Brandon's deck.
Dramoka's Command on turn 2.
Yeah, so he has Dramoka's Command, Silk Wrap. Was Brandon on the play or the draw?
Brandon was on the...
I guess this is standard, so Stasis
draw.
Snare still hits it because you can't turbo flip your Jace.
Yeah.
But it looked like it was a Fiery Impulse to deal with the Warden.
Yeah, Fire Impulse there, yep. Which is good before it becomes a 3/3 since Hornung doesn't have any...
Yeah, it does not have... All right, and then we have a Mantis Rider on 3, which
actual perfect.
Yeah, I talked to Hornung, and he was saying that the reason to play the deck was because you get to go Jace on 2, and then if they deal with it, you just get to go 3U on 3.
Yeah.
And now we have a Silk Wrap.
Yep, Silk Wrap for the Mantis Rider. That's fine. It dealt his damage already.
Yeah.
And then, Brandon didn't advance his board state. And now Mark probably gets to do something powerful, like, say go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has Dig Through Time at end step if he wants to do that.
Yes, he does.
Because he has a fetch.
Because he can get a...
Hopefully he can deal with this Gideon.
Gideon! Ugh.
Oh, couldn't deal with it.
That's what, yeah.
That
is the reason that Mark is playing 2 copies of Negate in the main deck.
Mm-hmm.
I like the spell, but I think Negate is more of a catch-all for a little more effort.
Correct.
Or like resource saving it.
Yeah, and to keep people up on it, the names are wrong. It's Brandon's on the left and Mark's on the right.
Yep.
We're still waiting for Jared to get that fixed out. Here we go. It looks like he's... All right. So things that Hornung can do. He might be able to ignore Gideon somewhat. Just play his own plan. Like play a Mantis Rider. A Mantis Rider also does a good job because it creates all of a sudden Gideon only can make 2/2s or make a 2/2 and then...
I mean, you can also plus and like get an extra 5 damage in, trade 5 damage for, gaining 6 life basically.
That makes sense.
If Hornung is attacking. Also, if Brandon has his Dramoka's Command, he can just go animate Gideon, fight the Mantis Rider.
Okay.
And that, it's not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else is there? Oh, this is the wrong list. There we go. Now we have the name switched properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot to deal with that Mantis Rider. He's 1 Silk Wrap down already.
He does have 4 Dramoka's Commands, 2 Silk Wraps left on the deck, a Stasis Snare, and Valor Stance doesn't do it.
Oh, it looks like we got to kill a Gideon.
And play a Jace, which will flip next turn.
Yeah, the Crackling Doom was very powerful there because Gideon was at 5. Crackling Doom got to redirect the damage and deal with the Night Token. And then obviously Manus Rider finished up and attacked it.
Okay.
That was a very
So
good
all of a
turn.
sudden, Brandon's 2-for-1.
Oh, yeah.
Planeswalker became a 1-for-1.
Yep. Well, and he has to attack it instead of Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manus Rider, very similar to a card in Tempest.
It was whatever that angel is.
Yeah, Lightning Angel. I believe it was in Tempest.
Yeah,
It
Lightning
was,
Angel was Mantis Rider, but you add.
Yeah, good luck with that. You just typed in Lightning to a Magic the Gathering database.
Yeah, it was.
Yep, you just give it one more toughness and one more converted mana cost colorless, and it was the exact same thing.
Well, I never actually looked at the arts for the From the Vaults Angels.
Yeah.
This art is sweet for the
that's
Lightning
sweet,
Angel.
Yeah. Well, it's the same art.
Yeah, but the foil looked. I guess the
it
art's just super sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, the art's definitely sweet. It's like the old border from Apocalypse was weired. All right.
When was Dual Deck Speed versus Cunning made?
Looks like we have Den Protector.
And then
he Dramoka's command.
Oh,
put a
that's where the
on.
counter came
Yep,
from. Okay.
yep, not flipping it up because he doesn't have 5 mana yet.
Okay. Yeah, he realized that he had to deal with that Jace, and
Yep.
then ran it right into Dig Through Time.
No, he didn't run it into the dig through time.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
he just has a dig through time. You know? Card's very powerful. I'm sad to see that there's only there's only 2 of them in Hornung's list.
Yeah, well, the problem is in Standard, you can't feed Delve as well as you could in Modern with Thought Scour.
Yeah.
So by putting, I believe he has 2 Tassigers in the deck.
Yep, he has 2 Tassigers.
So you're really turning off your ability to cast a bunch of Dig Through Times.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm playing like 3 dig through times.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm playing like a lot cheaper threats and like dudes that die, and
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of Jeskai Charm. Like, I get it's basically a removal spell with
Is
all
he
the fetches.
playing it?
Yeah, he has 1 Jeskai Charm.
I feel like that's like that. Honestly, probably within the slot, I would have put the
Sarkin in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have played Sarkin over Jeskai Charm. And I'll talk with Hornung about that later. We might be able to interview him about his changes to, because this isn't a stock Jeskai Black deck.
He has a main deck Dragon Lord Silumgar.
Sometime in
sweet.
2014, something happened. Something.
Yeah, I asked when Dual Deck Speed versus Cunning. So
Oh yeah,
we're
yeah,
relevant.
that was last year. Yeah. What was I going? Yeah. So maybe we'll get to talk to him after this round. Ask him about why he's playing this specific, version of the deck. But I understand Jeskai Charm because it's basically like a removal spell with all the fetch lands that are in the format.
Okay.
So like if they attack with Gideon, you can just like put it on top of the deck, or like say even against Eldrazi, like they have an Ulamog and they cast it, and then they do one of their explosive vegetation turns or whatever. You go, I'll put it on top, and you shuffle it back into your library.
Yeah. Ooh, was that an Ojutai's command?
I believe that was an Ojutai's command countering a Knight of the White Orchid and putting a Jace back into play.
Yeah, that's the
Very
combo.
powerful. That is the combo. Say no, put Jace into play to say no some more.
Jace has been really good in all the formats I've
Yep.
tested him in.
And it looks like, how about that? There are exactly 4 cards in Mark Hornung's graveyard. Oh, look. There's a 5th one. How about them apples? Jace flips. Jace can also flashback dig through time if Mark so wishes.
Yeah, but he has to pretty close to tap out.
No, he's fine. He's at 15. Just let him. He can dig through time and find, he has 1 Wild Slash. He's got 3 Fiery Impulses.
I think
he
he
can deal
like
with
I
it.
would probably plus here, honestly. Or you could go Crackling Doom,
Yeah, Crackling
which
Doom's
looks
also
like
great.
it's what he's probably doing. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Crackling Doom and
Dome you for 3.
yep.
Say go with probably counter spells up or
Yeah, this
something.
deck's
like
great. Yeah, I just need like a couple Bloodstained Mires.
Yeah, and I guess Jeskai Charm at worst either domes your opponent for 4 or actually saves you against aggro decks.
Yeah. Yeah, Crackling Doom is not the best.
Is what?
What was this thing? Crackling Doom is not the best against like Atarka red, aggressive decks or whatever, where you like. You
There's a
just
bunch of
can't-
creatures, yeah.
Yeah, they have a bunch of creatures, and you can't just like tap out to do that. You have to like play your Manus Riders, which are very good against that because you can be aggressive and still block. As per the Vigilant. And like a higher number of Soulfire Grandmasters I like better. Because you can roast something and gain 5 and you just got charmed them and gain a bunch of life. But yeah, Soulfire Grandmaster very good against the aggressive decks. We have a Death Miss Raptor from Brandon. Looks like it is attacking Chase. It's just attacking for 1, so it can still trade with a Manus Rider.
Death Touch.
Yep. See, Brandon here is at 5, so it's not looking great for him. Pardon me. Oh yeah, especially with another dig through time here. Mark. So yeah, I just really love more dig through times. That card is fantastical.
Yeah, I feel like Mark has this one in the bag. So now, so that we have time to talk about sideboards, what are we looking at for sideboards? So Brandon Frey has 1 Hangerback Walker, 1 Stasis Snare, 1 Silk Wrap, 2 Mastery of the Unseen, 3 Disdainful Strokes, 2 Valorous Stance, 3 Surge of Righteousness, 1 Lantern Scout, 2 Arishan Cleric. So my thought is Mastery of the Unseen is really good in the matchup like this. It gets to eventually gain you life, but it also just puts threats after threats after threats that can't really be dealt with all that much. I also like Hangerback Walker, just as a threat that once it's dealt with, leaves back stuff behind.
This game is not over yet.
Spoke too soon. Sorry, Mark.
Oh look, I mean it's right. Pew! Colgan's command 1 time.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon. Is he doing a untap scoop or a scoop scoop? Looks like a scoop scoop.
Yeah, he's getting all his cards back. Okay, so you were on your side.
So yeah, I'd bring in Hangerback Walker, Mastery, Valorous Stance, maybe.
It doesn't kill anything.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't kill anything. Yeah, so Mastery, Hangerback Walker. I'd probably bring in the Silk Wrap and take out a Stasis Snare because you want your removal to be cheaper than 3. So I'd take out the Valor Stance in the main deck. I'd see that's awkward because the rest of the deck actually looks really good. I'd probably take out 1 Warden in the first tree for the Hangerback Walker because I'm assuming Warden's just going to eat a shock of some sort.
Yeah. And out of Hornung's sideboard, we have 2 copies of Infinite Obliteration, 1 copy of Painful Truce, 1 Valor Stance, 1 Dispel, 1 Exert Influence, 2 Disdainful Stroke, 2 Duress, 2 more Radiant Flames, 1 Mastery of the Unseen, 1 Dragon Master Outcast, and a Felidar Cub. Little bitty kitty cat. So I think actually that little bitty kitty cat comes in here because we know, Mark knows that Brandon has some number of Silk Wraps in his deck, and also those decks probably run Stasis Snare as well. Okay. So it's a 2/2 that you can recur with your Ojutai's command. You can get it back in play after you've gotten value already. Yeah, and you can Kolaghan's command it back. Okay. So it's a good utility cat. I'd probably bring in an Exert Influence because taking control of like a Death Miss Raptor or a Hangerback Walker is absolutely insane. Yeah. He could bring in Radiant Flames because his opponent, he's got Den Protectors and Death Miss Raptors.
Yeah, Radiant Flames seems like a good out for when Brandon spends a turn getting a bunch of creatures out of his graveyard by unmorphing. Then he gets to Radiant Flames them back. Yeah,
and also you can cast your Radiant Flames for 2 and wipe out all the Gideon tokens and like Den Protector and maybe like a level 1 Warden of the first tree while still keeping your Manus Riders alive. Which is definitely something positive you want there. I think he'll bring in Disdainful Strokes because Wingmate Rock and Gideon are very difficult to deal with. And probably those 2 Duresses because, like I said, Gideon is hard to beat. And he can also take... let's see what we got over here.
I don't know if I'd bring in
Duresses. You don't like Duresses?
Because I think it like hits Gideon's exactly. There's 4 Gideon. Yeah, I don't know.
4 Gideon.
It depends on what his opinion.
Command every spell in his sideboard.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on what Mark's opinion of the matchup is. Yeah. If he thinks he's better at beating down, then I probably wouldn't bring in Duresses. But if he thinks his opponent's better at beating down and playing removal spells than he would.
Oh man. So, do we have a count? What counter do we want for this game?
How many creatures come back from the graveyard?
Ooh. Yeah. How many cards are
Reanimate. We'll call it reanimate.
No. Zone
Cheated into play?
No, not cheated into play. Enter a different zone from the graveyard. Now that's probably like way too complicated.
No, because that gets exiled to dig through time. That counts as.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
So
because he's got like dead
how about
protectors and-
how many creatures enter the battlefield from someplace other than the hand? Because Mark also has Ojutai's command to reanimate stuff.
Yeah, he has Ojutai's command, and Deathmist Raptor can come in from the graveyard.
Yeah.
And Wingmate Rock token enters the battlefield
Ooh.
from somewhere other than the graveyard.
Or from the hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jared, do that. We're gonna have obscure ways creatures enter the battlefield
Obscure ways
counters.
creatures enter the battlefield. I don't
This
know.
one we won't do a giveaway on.
Yeah, no, because this is just like too niche. Maybe we would if there were more people watching. All 8 of you.
Not
Your
that we're-
friends. Tell
Yeah,
your friends to log on.
yeah. If we reach 20 people, we will do a big giveaway like that. Oh man, heads up! Apparently, Hangerback is terrible against Jeskai. I haven't ever tested it, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because you just like go over the head. You just like ignore it.
All right, good to know.
Good. Thank you for the advice, Andy Habermal. Is it actually still Happy Meal? Oh, okay, no.
No, he changed it to his real last name.
Cool. All right. So it looks like both players are happy with their hand. Yep. All right. Well, that's good. We don't have a.
So
a
Brandon
cripple fight.
leads on the sweet old wooded.
Sweet onslaught wooded foothills. Oh, we gotta fill out our cup. Look at the cat beast.
Yeah, he brought that obscure sideboard card up and opposed to bringing up Mantis Rider or
Yeah, or
Jessica.
just got charm like any of the cards we requested. But that's okay.
Mhm.
Now
Love you,
that
Jared.
Adam's home, he can log on from his phone so he can get plus one viewer. Yes. It's the thought that counts. So, thank you very much for that. All right, Dragon Master Outcast on 2. So if this game goes long, there will be some Dagrons in play.
And also, if it doesn't go long and it eats a removal spell, he is super happy.
Yep, that's also fine. Because anything that eats a Silk Wrap or Dramoka's Command that isn't a Jace or a Manus Rider, I'm sure Mark is more than happy with.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Also, then
just getting
eventually-
basics, playing around the Blood Moon. I like it.
Also, it's the what Chapin talked about is you build your mana base to the first 2 fetches are basics, and then from then on fetches are free to get whatever dual land you
I like
want.
that. All right, and he is going to. Hey, look, Silk Wrap the.
Yeah.
Okay, so now watch.
It's this awkward.
Do we have this Manus Rider on 3? Oh no, he's got too many of the non-basic lands. Aha!
Another one?
Nothing up my sleeve. It looks like he brought in the other one.
So he
The
does have.
sideboard.
Okay.
Yeah, he brought in his second
that
Dragon
seems
Master
good.
Outcast. I really like that card. I'm playing 2 in the main deck of mine, so you can recur everything. You can get it back with your Kolaghan's Command or your Ojutai's Command or your. Ooh, you can bounce it with your Silumgar's Command. Silumgar's Command.
Is he playing that? I don't think he is.
No, there was another guy playing Dark Jeskai who had a copy of Silumgar's Command, and it was I love that card. The card's great. It's an answer for Gideon while also countering some other spell. Kills a Manus Rider and bounces a hanger back. It's a good catch-all. It's definitely always a 2-for-1 like all the commands are.
That makes sense.
Yeah. We might be facing down a Gideon here. It looks like Brandon's gonna cast.
Yeah, I see it.
He's
in
got
his
one
hand.
shuffled to
And
the
I don't see
front.
why he wouldn't play it and
yeah.
go 1 mana.
Yep. Spell Pierce. Pew.
So how many lands does Outcast take?
6. You need 6 at your upkeep
Okay.
in order to make a Dagron. Master Outcast.
Yeah, I definitely like that addition to the deck. When I built the Jeskai deck originally, I never thought of playing that, but
Oh, and a Manus Rider sent right at the Gideon.
makes sense.
And a tap land from Mark.
So here's where we see that the mana bases
Gideon
do get
is
at
going
you.
to smash and crash for 5. Not a whole lot, but Brandon might follow up with a Wingmate Rock here, and that would be very hard to deal with from Mark.
Yeah, Wingmate Rock is definitely one of the good cards in this matchup because you get to generate the 2 flyers that are actually incredibly hard to deal with.
Yep, birds that rock your socks. Oh look, bird.
Is that getting? Oh, he just looked at it.
Yeah, he was
he's
tapped
tapped out.
Yeah. So this is the advantage Brandon has of being on the play.
Mhm.
I believe he curved out ever since turn.
And
3.
Mark has no wraths, but he obviously wouldn't bring in wraths.
Yeah.
He has like exactly Radiant Flames that he never brings in this matchup. I don't think.
Yep. I mean, the things that kill it, like he can never gain control of it with Exert Influence, but he can take the token. But that doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah.
I feel like, what would be very impressive is if he got to 6 lands and then got like a Felidar Cub and could sack the Soak Up and start, making
double dragon.
double dragons every upkeep.
Draws one of Feldar Cub.
Yeah.
All these tap lands.
Every single tap land. All right, so he has, he's drawn his 1 Sunken Hollow, 1 of his Smoldering Marshes, 1 of his 4 Mystic Monasteries, and 2 Prairie?
Yeah, not only does he...
Both of his Prairie Strings.
Yeah, Mark is definitely... He's in the position where he has to find an answer.
Yeah, he can't really attack with his Manus Rider. So it's facing down the Gideon is hard to deal with.
Yeah, another reason that Wingmate Rock is good is it's the same reason that Mantis Rider is good, in that Brandon gets to attack with Wingmate Rock and also defend in the sense that he's gaining life, so the crackback isn't nearly as bad as it should be.
Yeah, but oh man, he's got another Wingmate Rock in his hand.
Okay.
I mean, Mark does have 4 open mana, but he's just gotta be able to answer what's on board, and if Brandon deploys another Wingmate Rock with his
yeah, he's even fine. Like, he gets to crash in here. Even if Mark casts a Crackling Doom or something like that, he still gets to deploy another Wingmate Rock, and I actually don't see many outs for Mark at the moment.
Yeah, Mark doesn't have a whole lot of outs. Crackling Doom is one of them.
With the second Wingmate Rock, I don't think Crackling Doom is actually that good. It gets rid of Gideon, but...
Yeah. What do we got here? He's got a Wingmate Rock, and it looks like a Nissa, a flip card for a Nissa in his hand. Yep, and a Deathmist Raptor.
Yeah, because Nissa's the only flip card in his deck.
He wouldn't be playing Kytheon. And Kytheon is
no one would
not
be playing
the best here. Whoa. That is a 1 mana 2/1, friend.
That no one plays in Standard at the moment.
Hey, man, you can play... 21 mana 2/1s
and get wrecked by Radiant Flames.
And get wrecked by Radiant Flames or like
Mantis Rider.
Shrivel.
Shrivel, make your land a big dude.
Yeah.
Whatever that card is.
That's the thing, yeah.
Or is it Infest?
No, it's not Infest. They have Eye Blight Massacre.
Ooh.
That's fun. Alright, so what are we doing here? Ojutai's command looks like it did something.
Alright, so he
got back his Dragon Master Outcast because that died to Gideon. And
Okay.
I think that was last turn. No.
Yeah, because Brandon attacked.
Yeah, but
unfortunately
what was the other mode? I guess it was draw a card.
It might have gained life actually.
Might have gained 4. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So
yeah, unfortunately we looked away.
It was a little bit choppy.
Alright, so he puts a Nissa.
Nissa in play.
What was the other 3 mana that he?
He has a Deathmist Raptor in his hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark's gonna struggle to get out of this.
Yeah,
one.
because next turn Brandon gets to flip his Nissa and
he gets
start
to flip his Nissa
make a
and,
4/4
have
or draw
lethal.
cards.
Yeah. And Mark doesn't even have like mana for Dig Through Time. Manus Rider will take out a Gideon and double block a Wingmate Rock, but he'll take lethal off of that. It just doesn't look good for Mark.
Yep.
Brandon's at 15, but he's gonna gain that 3 life right back.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's not like a rending volley in Mark's list. That would be great.
I don't think Rending Volley would even be that good right now. Like, I guess he does have a bunch of blockers if he gets to Rending Volley one of the Wingmate rocks, but yeah, now
Yeah,
Brandon
flip-
just gets to start drawing cards.
Yeah,
Would you draw cards or make?
I would
4/4?
absolutely draw a card too.
Okay.
Because like his Mark's out would be to have like a Wrath effect like Planar Outburst or End Hostilities, and just make him deal with what's on the board, and meanwhile draw cards.
Okay.
Put a land into play, sure. Yeah. So what do we got in the stream going on?
Yeah, no one's saying anything.
Still only 8 viewers, yeah. No one wants to participate with us. What we got?
People in the viewers, what standard deck would you be playing if you had made it out? We know the one guy would be playing Naya tokens.
Yeah, Naya token. That Naya tokens list looks sweet.
I know.
You can't like bring it up on the thing. You know what?
I don't know what Ethan would be probably playing some sort of Jace deck.
Yep. But
Or the green red aggro deck.
oh yeah, the Tucker Red probably.
Yeah.
I think Gallo would be playing Grizzly Bears.
No, he would be playing
Azorius Burn, get out of here, John.
no, Gala would be playing Bring the Light.
Ooh,
all day
Bring the
long.
Light is sweet. Yeah, it looks like Brandon took this one down.
All right.
Yeah. Wolfrun Infect.
He was so close to Wolfrun Bant.
Yeah.
Actually a modern deck now. Also legacy deck.
I guess. Retreat to Coral Helm.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Goss is taking
Oh
it
yeah,
to
Goss loves that deck.
he's taking it to Pittsburgh. I know that. I guess
Yeah.
there's 8
Yeah,
people
him-
on the
him and
stream.
Tim
I'll
Guy.
tell everyone that
Yeah.
Goss is taking.
Him and Tim Guy, like Josh comes up with something. Tim Guy's like, "Yeah, I'm on board with that. Let's build exactly that." And then just like hates it for an event. He goes like 2-4 at.
Love you
Yeah,
guys. Not making
yeah.
fun of anyone.
Oh yeah, no, you guys are great and totally not watching. So we got re-sideboarding action here. Like I said, a lot of this stuff, especially with the disruption spells and like counter spells like Duress or Disdainful Stroke, change where they are, like in the main or the sideboard, based on if you're on the play or the draw. And so I think that shows a lot of play skill, knowing how your deck works on the both on the play and on the draw. So very good by both players there.
Yeah. Oh man, we're joined by Mark Kenny.
The one and only Mark Kinney.
What's your record?
3-1.
Ah.
Ooh, the 3-1 Mark Kinney, who's had enough time to come up and share sideboarding with us.
Are they winning game 3?
Yeah. Mark's gonna be on the play.
Yep. Yeah, he just got overrun by Gideon Wingmate Rock when he was like tapped out every time.
What's Brandon playing?
Brandon's
Green-white
playing Green-white
Megamorph.
Yeah, Megamorph. He is a
Oh, he's
dispel.
Megamorph?
Yeah,
Yeah.
blue spells on the sideboard.
Huh.
Ooh, so Andre is 2-2.
Andre is 2-2. Mark Kinney is 3-1. Hopefully, we'll get to see Mark Kinney with whatever he's playing
Get crushed.
on in the next feature match in his fluorescently bright pink shirt.
It's not fluorescently.
I mean, it's just the light right now. I just can't actually see.
So what's
Yeah.
your opinion on Jeskai Black versus or not Jeskai Black, whatever.
You should,
The,
yeah, I
He's
think
playing Jeskai
Hornung's on Jeskai Black.
no, we have a different name for it. Once I get back to
Tunnel or
It's,
Oh, it's one of the Nephilims?
yeah, it's,
your Tiller Nephilim.
Your
yeah.
Tiller Nephilim versus
Your Tiller
He goes-
Nephilim.
When he attacks, you reanimate something tapped and attack.
No.
So sick.
Yeah.
Put your Manus Rider back into play. Put your Jace into play.
But it's tapped, though. That means I can't play defense. It's terrible.
Manus Rider doesn't play defense.
Well, I don't know. It seems tough because, like, Crackling Doom, like, seems really bad against that deck. Like, the only thing it can really hit, like, is Gideon.
Yeah. It actually
And-
wiped in conjunction with Manus Rider. It got to kill a Gideon because he goes attack and Crackling Doom it and get your token.
Okay,
so
I mean,
it's
like,
it's fine,
If you have
but-
another card,
Oh, yeah.
like, to go with a Mantis Rider, yeah, it's good. But I meant, like, it can kill a Gideon, like, when they attack.
Yeah.
That's really the only real way that he has of dealing with Gideon. Like I think he has like sideboard negates.
Yeah,
maybe
there's-
some
there's
disdainful
no,
strokes or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he's got negates, 2 negates in the main, and 2 disdainful strokes. in
Would
the
you bring
board.
in duress because Gideon's so bad for you?
This is like Gideon and your disruption spells.
I
and
mean,
whatever
it's
his-
tough. Did Brandon play any like counter spells game 2?
He has not seen any counter spells
no.
out
So
of
Brandon
Brandon.
just
it's
turned
like
out.
I think you just have to let Gideon do its thing, let it do its damage, and have to try and battle them in the air.
Yep.
Okay.
Because the whole ground's going to be locked up by like the Deathmiss Raptors and
like Knights of the White Orchid.
all that kind of like gummy garbage stuff that
Yeah.
he like all his guys aren't going to be able to do anything. Like Tastiger is probably absolutely terrible in this match, but I
Okay.
can't imagine Hornung signing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's never going to get through.
He put it in his second Dragon Master Outcast. So I thought. That
Okay,
was
yeah, that's
fun.
fair. Dragon Master's
That's a
pretty
way
good.
to get above Wingmate Rock and Gideon.
It does.
So it's just-
The only thing it's bad
He's
against
like
is
the-
Dramoka's command.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that Brandon would side out any Dramoka's commands.
Oh, yeah, no.
Even being on the draw. It's possible he sides out one. I don't know how many he's playing.
He's playing all 4.
Yeah, so I mean, it is possible that on the draw he sides one out because they're not very good.
Okay.
Does he have like I don't know the lists of these?
Oh yeah, well, Mark.
Man.
Another problem to deal with Gideon is some of the Just Guy Black decks are playing 1 to 2 Utter Ends.
Yeah,
And,
Utter End's a good answer. Utter End's just a good all around catch all.
Well, Mark doesn't have any of those in his 75.
Okay, well then he doesn't have that option.
Yeah, well, I was just saying that that's what that's
And
what
it's-
most of the decks do have. I
Like
mean,
so, basically, all he has is like negate or disdainful stroke.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And I think disdainful stroke is
I lied. He's got one. He's got one.
okay.
Utter
All right.
End. My bad, my
I
bad.
think disdainful stroke is better than negate
Yeah.
because the cards that are gonna like.
Wingmate Rock.
Oh yeah, the cards that are gonna power drive Hornung into the ground are Wingmate Rock and Gideon.
Yep.
So I think the disdainful stroke's fine, unless he thinks that he can leverage some sort of advantage by like early Mana Strider into negates, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, no,
Because
it's
the Megamorph deck doesn't really play a lot of spells
Yeah.
you can negate outside of
yeah,
Jamoka's
it's literally
commands
like
and Gideon's, I
yeah,
think,
how
so.
important is Gideon, and if you beat one, you know,
Well, I also think that Gideon is less oppressive while Hornung is on the play.
Mhm.
It is less oppressive because it's going to come down, make it 2/2, which Hornung doesn't care about if he has a
Right.
Mantis Rider
Yeah.
because he can
yeah, game
he
2
can
he has
answer
the follow up.
he can answer that Gideon and the 2/2. It's only bad if he pluses if Brandon pluses Gideon and Jamoka's commands
Yeah.
to fight the Mantis
Yeah.
Rider. So I don't know if that's a line that Mark needs to leave negate in for because that disdainful stroke is cold to that obviously.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a message from Andy Habermel that's saying that the Hangerback Walker is awful versus the Just Guy because
Yes.
it's not really what it's about. It's about Gideon's Wingmate Rocks and Deathless
Yeah.
Vectors.
Yep.
So you don't really have time to like leave up mana because you're just curving out, hopefully against them.
Yeah, and it's also one of those cards that this isn't supposed to be a really slow matchup. You don't really have time to grind any sort of advantage.
All right, we have a fast Tassiger here from Hornung.
So I guess he did leave Taskers in.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, he's gonna leave them in.
You can't put him out.
Yeah,
They're just not great.
They're just not good.
Okay.
Like because I mean they're gonna run into Knight of the White Orchids. I don't know if Brandon left in his Hangerback Walkers. They run right into Deathmiss Raptors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But this is a decent start for Hornung if he's able to back it up with any sort of additional pressure.
Yes.
Like even like Crackling Doom would be good here.
Mhm.
I don't know if Brandon has like. Is there any stasis snares in those decks?
He
believe there's
has
one in the
one
main?
stasis, stair main, and one in the side.
Is there any way that he has to remove a Tastiger from play
He's
without?
got Silk Wrap.
Without-
Or
Well,
that won't
doesn't
get
do
it,
Never mind,
yeah.
never mind, never mind.
Yeah, it's exactly. He has to fight it with Jamoka's command.
with a Death Touch guy or
Yeah, or
Gideon.
Yeah. What does Surge of Righteousness do?
oh that will
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It kills an attacking
Okay.
red or
So
black
if he
creature.
brought
Yeah, so he
Surge of
probably brought
Righteousness.
those
He
in
probably
because
did,
there's
'cause-
Mantis Rider too.
Yeah, this battle is fought in the air. It's about Mantis Rider.
Yep.
If he can control Mark's early aerial aggression, he should be okay.
Mhm.
Because he's obviously going to win a late game, even though Hornung has Dig Through Time, and
Yeah.
generally Dig Through Time decks are favored
He only
late.
has 2 in his.
Yeah. Well, he's playing, what, 3 Tassigers?
Yeah.
That's a lot of delve spells.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And you also want to be able to flash stuff back with Jace.
Oh yeah. And get stuff
it's-
back with Colgan's command. And
Yeah,
Dump's
it's
command.
it's really stressed. Your whole deck is stressed on that front. And I mean, I think that the Bant Megamorph deck, the longer it goes, I think it can.
Oh,
Grind,
definitely
it can
favored.
grind
It's
this.
definitely favored in the long game.
Oh
Especially
yeah,
with Death
bringing
Raptor.
back all these Death Raptors, and despite that deck having dig through time, there's no sweeper.
Yeah.
I don't think he has like a planar outburst to reset.
Yeah.
or
Yeah, all he has
arrogance.
is two.
Radiant Flames,
Radiant
which
Flames from
he
the board.
obviously probably didn't. I'm assuming he didn't bring it in. 'cause
And if he's
the-
feeling froggy, I guess he can infinitely obliterate them, but that's not where he wants to be in this matchup
That's
at
true.
all.
Yeah, I think of Infinite Obliteration is more for the
Eldrazi
Lamp deck.
specifically,
Yeah,
yeah.
for Ulamog.
Yep. It just I don't want to have to deal with that,
Ah,
even if it doesn't resolve.
He can't kill it.
You can,
The only
like,
thing he has to
Crackling
kill
Doom is
it, yeah, but it's going to kill both his Manus Riders, or
Yep.
it's going to take him off of Crackling Doom mana.
Yeah.
So that card's very difficult, especially with what do they have a shrine that they can crack for
Yeah,
a
it's
colorless
double
creature.
yeah, go,
Yeah, so they
when
can just
when they
chain
cast it, they
Ulamogs
can
in.
just-
Yeah.
And it's
So it
it's
gets
not
tough.
great for a hero.
It's usually not the first one that beats you; it's the second one.
Yeah. Or the Ulamog, because that's
Yeah, the Ulamog,
not
yes.
crackleable, not Crackling Doom.
You can crackle it.
Sure.
I mean, that's all you can do to it. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
You
All
have
he
to
has
go
is-
like
all he
Colligan's
has is-
Command, Crackling Doom, just to keep it at bay from ultimating.
Oh, you mean Ugin?
You mean Ugin?
What did I say?
Ulamog.
Ulamog.
I always do that.
But Disdainful Stroke and Negate are excellent in that matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not for the big dudes, for the teenier ones. Like
Makes sense.
when they can't ramp, they just have to wait till turn 10, and then you're just killing them with Manus Riders.
All right. So far, Mark hasn't. He negated a.
Jamoka's Command.
Okay.
Looks like it was
Was it what was fighting a death? Is that a death?
I mean,
yeah,
card?
Death- Yeah. So this isn't looking great for Mark.
It's not looking terrible. What are those
Yeah.
two wardens?
Yeah, one's a 3/3.
Yeah.
But I mean,
One's
like Mark's at 8 and Brandon's at 17. It looks like he's just
so Tasker
activating.
can't even attack.
Yeah, Tessiger can't attack. But he activated Tessiger, found
It's negate
it's
Dragon
negate
Lord.
Dragon Lord Silumgar, and I think it's a
Well,
Felidar Cub. There's 10 pixels on the screen here. Whatever it was, he got it back.
He got the
worst
Dragon
card is what he
Lord.
got back.
Okay.
It's probably Feldar Cub.
Okay.
If that is what he brought in.
Oh yeah, because there's like Stasis Snare, Silk Wrap, and
Is there mastery?
there could be out of the board.
Yeah,
He's
there's
definitely
two
playing
masteries out of Brandon's board.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
Yeah. It looks
Yeah,
like
so
Mark
it looks
just-
like all Mark had this game was that early Tassiger and
Yeah.
not followed up by any sort of aerial pressure from Manus Rider.
Yeah, you really need that.
And it's just exactly what is the Bant Megamorph deck is trying to do. It's just trying to go up the ground with creatures. Mark can't profitably attack, and he really can't profitably block either.
Yeah.
That Deathmist Raptor is just going to keep chipping away at him, and eventually he's going to have to answer that Deathmist Raptor. He's going to have to use a spell on it, whether it's Fiery Impulse, Crackling Doom, which now he can just sack a Warden instead. And if Brandon ever draws any sort of morph, he can just bring that Deathmist Raptor back and is bad news bears.
Something
from
we
Mr. Hornung.
we talked with Hornung about before, after round 1 or so, was playing Sarkhan, Dragon Speaker, in the main or the board. Hoffman has a similar list, but the Sarkhan's in the board, and how that card can just flame slash a relevant thing. It can like attack a Gideon pretty well.
Yep.
Especially through a Wingmate Rock, and again add to your aerial aggression. You just go.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer. It's a great answer against Gideon because this deck really doesn't care about a 2/2 as long as the Sarkhan isn't like a naked Sarkhan.
Yeah.
As long as there's another creature in play to protect it, the Sarkhan will be able to end the game fairly quickly. I have, however, not seen anybody grafted Skullcap with Sarkhan, so I kind of want to see
I'm
that.
sorry, grafted? Is
Yeah,
that the
that's his
ultimate?
ultimate.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
On your turn, you
Yeah,
draw two and you have
cards.
to discard your hand to end the turn.
Yeah. I feel like that's because Sarkhan goes +3 times and probably attacking with the Manus Rider 2, and so they're just dead.
That's probably fair.
But
I would like
we
to
are
see
both
it.
pretty greedy Magic players, so
Yeah.
I would probably
I
do
would
that
like
first.
To see it.
All right. So
We got to watch I got to watch a Obnixilis reignited at 8 counters, on his
Yeah.
upkeep, and an Ugin at 11, and his opponent at 9, and he went, all right, tick down Ugin, draw 7 cards, gain 7 life, kill your guy with Obnixilis. So I guess we draw instead of just ultimating the Obnixilis.
And then ultimately the Ugin for lethal.
Oh, that's pretty great.
All right, looks like Mark scooped.
Yeah,
'cause-
Mark,
yeah.
Mark has to be.
Yeah,
That
okay.
looks like a wingmate rock token.
Yeah, resolved.
Yeah.
It looks like it resolved.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like Brendan gets it 2-1. You know, really, really good draws by Brendan. And Mark just kind of fell behind. He didn't have his aggression that he needs to come out of the gates with there.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, I also think that Brandon's favored in this match anyway.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense because he gets
Um,
to recur his threats. and-
Right, and the this Your Tiller Nephilim deck is more based on like 1-for-1ing removal and then garnering an advantage via
Yep.
Jace,
Okay.
Kolaghan's command,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and
Yeah,
it's
dig through
very
time,
tough.
dig through time, OG
Yeah,
China's
it's
command.
very tough to grind these Deathmiss Raptor Den Protector decks out that way.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, thank you for guest commentating.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Hopefully you come in
Hopefully we
ninth.
get to watch you on this side of the screen in
Oh,
the next
man,
matchup.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Nah, we're gonna
I can
convince
probably
him.
request it. Yeah, yeah.
Great.
All right. Well, we'll be back next round.